Ty Plays Games here, coming to you back with another video of Fallout 4, and as you can see, we're not in Ten Pines Bluff right now, we're in Sanctuary Hills. And what the heck is Marcy doing? She's standing at the end of that hall like those girls in The Shining.
I've worn out a lot of shoe leather since I joined the Minutemen.
Anyways, thanks for that comment, Preston. As you can see, I built the greenhouse back. I'm slowly going to get Sanctuary back to the way it was before, but a lot of it I'm doing off video just because I want to do it off video. So, back to Ten Pines Bluff. I gotta place down a spawn mat. Okay, there's some shootout going on in this place. This place is like the hood. There's always something getting shot down here. But yeah, I gotta place a spawn mat so I quit spawning. Because that's usually where you spawn. It's in the carpets. I think. I can't remember. I haven't used the spawn mat for a very long time. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe it's in resources. Like I said, I haven't used it in so long. There it is. Maybe we'll just put it like right here. There you go. I actually, when I built Ten Pines Bluff on one of my old builds where I built it without mods, I literally had that same issue. I would always spawn right here and there would be something sitting there, so I'd spawn inside of it and get stuck. The only way I could get out was through... Okay, I gotta go see what the shooting is. That's where this place is, the ghetto.
I got something over here.
Let's see if they come up here.
Guess it was nothing.
I'm kind of really liking how this settlement's coming out. You know, just walking around it and seeing the way the walls are built and it's not 100% perfect. This really makes me happy to see that. It just shows that we're making this place look scrappy but still good at the same time. And I'm still trying to kind of keep to using strictly vanilla product objects with occasional different assets just to keep it interesting but still kind of keep it the same. But like I said, ever since Bethesda's... The heck? Oh yeah, we gotta jump on that. Ever since Bethesda's infamous update, oh my god, excuse me. Sneeze there. Ever since that infamous update that just ruined a perfectly good game. Yeah, I'll get rid of that. Realistically, they got the tent. I'll be fine. Anyways, this... Wait, did Preston go down there? Is he shooting them up? Dedication, man. So, I'm trying to figure out what I could use this busted house for. Really? Like, you can't even place barn walls. without them just sticking out. Unless we were to do that. See, if I didn't have mods, I would try and use it, because you can just do that, that. But you gotta make sure your first wall's straight. And it's not on any sort of angle. And it is possible to do this without mods. I have done it. Mods, you can only get it like partially inserted in the old house wall, but or without mods, I should say, but then usually I would add that there. This is kind of going off of what I used to do with this place. And then I would add like another floor piece here, probably a busted one. Again, still on that frickin' angle. See, if this wall was completely destroyed like that side has a little hole, it'd work perfectly for what I want to do. Use like busted pieces of the wall. Now we can do one of two things with this place. We could turn it into an old storehouse, so settlers could store something in here, or we can use it as a barn. Problem is it's 3 pieces too wide, so we gotta add like a middle piece to it, which would just look really weird. So what we'll do is we'll pull that. We still have an opening here, so essentially we can just build onto something here, or we can do this. We can remove this, and then we can put a door piece in here. I don't want to half wall this. Yeah, we don't even have to add that in there. We can just leave those out. And just kind of have part of the wall floating. That's kind of how I used to have it when I didn't use mods. And because we didn't have access to this type of stuff, I would just rug-lit something under there to make it look like it's supporting it, but... Maybe that. It's not going to be a very big barn, nor is it going to be super fancy, but it'll keep the Brahmin shielded from any issues we have. Should probably use the ones with the supports. Oh yeah, and the reason why I didn't upload the past couple days is yesterday I was super tired because I had to work early in the morning. So I didn't really have a lot of energy to do it. I ended up just going straight to bed. And yeah, on Sunday I had a power outage. It wasn't a big one, but it was like a small one. I was in the middle of making the video, then the power just cut out. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to continue to make a video if I'm having power outages. There's no way I can produce it. There we go. So essentially now the Brahmin's got some area to hide in. And as bad as this looks, again, I don't want it to look perfect. I'm very content with it looking like crap. Let's just get that out in the open. I'm very content with this looking like junk. Because it is 10 Pines Bluff and fucking sorry my words there. 10 Pines Bluff is not going to look perfect. And one thing I did learn when I do build with settlements without mods is looking perfect is not usually what you want. And usually I block that off. But for this one, we're not going to block it off. So what we're going to do is we're going to place that there. We're going to eliminate that. We're going to use some gap filler. Now this you can do without mods. You do need mods for gap filler and stuff like that because you get that with the workshop rearranged. And then I usually put like a column there. Without mods I would have just left that door in there and we just never would have used it. With mods I kind of like removing that door. Just because it's kind of annoying. Settlers seem to think they should open it all the time, which kind of ticks me off. So, Penny! Hey! Penny! It's on the counters. You don't go on the counters, Penny. You know better. Penny. God, my cat's a little shit. She likes going on the counters. I swear she does it when I'm gone for work. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. It's a simple barn. It keeps some, puts this old house in use, which is great. And then we can build a nice little Brahmin pen out here. So the sellers can transfer the Brahmin around if they need to, which I highly doubt they will. And I believe the Brahmin pen is in, or the Brahmin trough is in resources. You know what, for the sake of just because I have mods, I'm still gonna put that door piece on there. Just because I kind of want to keep it that way. And then again, we just put our door down. We have a gap. I don't want to use a good door. I want to use a damaged door. There we go. Yeah, you can see what happens when you open that door. It just clips through the building, or the old house. But I always use this old house as a kind of like a build spot for the barn. Because I always liked having a barn on this. Because a lot of these small settlements, I tend to do them just as farming settlements. Maybe later we'll address the floating issue here with those two panels. I know without mods I was able to, and I don't know if you can still do it. I was actually able to clip this in there. It took a lot of finagling to do, and a lot of frustration. And because these are modded, and these aren't modded, it's kind of frustrating in a way, but see, another thing you can do is you can just use the base game columns. That's what I used to do. I would just do it like this. But I'd use a small column. Then, at least, it looks like they're getting supported. They're not just floating. But because I'm using mods, I won't be able to live with that. So now we'll build the Brahmin pen. Now, since I got Creation Club walls, which I prefer way more over the other walls, I used to come, well, this was before these even came out. I used to place just a bunch of random junk walls, like these. And I try to place it as close to the building as possible. And then just kind of go along. But this wall here, this half wall, was a pain in my butt. But again, we have mods. And since we're near a road and somewhere with a lot of vehicles, we'll just place a car. We'll put a prizeless rocket. And we'll stack a van. Except I'm going to stack a busted van. Place it in the car so it's kind of like it's sitting in there. And we'll pull the wall forward a little bit. Like that. Did you know, if you play Fallout 1, which I have played Fallout 1, majority of the walls for the one town in Fallout 1 Junktown are mostly all cars. I would really love to see a full layout of Junktown and try and rebuild Junktown as one of the settlements, because I kind of like Junktown. Junktown screams, well, it's named Junkie. It screams wasteland style settlement. Now I do like doing free place with these walls. Again, we'll do some with barbed wire. Place something like this. If you're not using mods to save yourself the headache, I would just work around these walls. Because I've literally been at my wit's end with these walls. You know, and sometimes I'd build a but you kind of see how that's sticking on. That doesn't seem very realistic. Kind of do that. And it just kind of keeps the texture different. Like we got two walls kind of matching a little too close to each other, so we'll throw this in. Then we'll kind of just do that. And things I like to do to the walls when I'm using mods is I like to add like tires and other things, because in all honesty, I don't honestly think these walls would stand up all on their own like that. There would have to be stuff up against them just to keep them strong and rigid. So things like tires and old barricades, stuff that they've pounded into the ground and then attached the walls to. Kind of gives it realistic. We'll kind of clip that in there, just to kind of make it feel junky. And there we go. Again, over here, we could add pieces of an old house to it. Just kind of make it feel more realistic. And the biggest problem is now we got this wall to tend with, but because we're using mods, again, you can just place a vehicle on it. Kind of lift it up a bit. If you place enough vehicles, you won't notice it. As much, but you gotta kind of lift the vehicle up a bit so you don't notice that it's inside the wall. But we're not going to do it that way. We're going to do it the hard way, by placing walls. Well, it's not really hard when you got mods, and snapping is beautiful. One thing I will say though, snapping on PC is still 100 times better than console. I don't know why, but it is. Man, using these old walls brings me back to my old Fallout building days. I used to put a ton of these walls around my settlements, including even Starlight Drive-In. And I'd be like, oh yeah, that feels freaking awesome. But now when I use them, I kind of just feel like I'm using those walls again. And again, we'll throw some old tires down. Try not to clip them through anything. You know, and if we didn't want to use all these old walls, we can go to signs, billboards, large. It seems how Back Alley Bowling is fairly close to here because the Atomic Galleria is pretty close to here. Adding that sign would definitely make sense. That's one thing I try to aim for, is try to add signs that make sense to the area. Seems how, again, Atomic Galleria is very close to our settlement, because literally Atomics Galleria, multiple other locations are within stone's throw distance of ours, of Ten Pines Bluff. It's cool to kind of use signage and stuff. We'll kind of place an old truck there. Actually, you know what? I want to place the truck here, because this looks like it was a farm before the war. If it's a farm, a little farmhouse, why not add a truck next to the house? We'll kind of do it partially sunk into the soil, because this was an old farmhouse at one point in time. Or it was an old house at one point in time, and somebody was living here, so why not place a truck there? Kind of like they were, they couldn't be bothered to leave when the bombs dropped, so they just decided they're gonna die in their house. Which, hey, you can't fault them for that. We're gonna put a fusion fleet right here, though. We'll put a nice little truck there. It's kind of like a memento of what this used to be before the war. And you'll see why I left this part open momentarily. But I do like having my settlements kind of surrounded by walls, especially Ten Pines Bluff, because you are kind of a sitting duck in this settlement, especially here, because there always seems to be some sort of action going on there. So I kind of find we have to keep that clear. We might even convert this into a guard tower, just so we have protection on this side, but without building a whole tower all on its own. Always forget about these. I freaking love these. These things are awesome, but they're no longer, it's no longer canon that the Brotherhood of Steel gets kicked out of the Commonwealth. But I do have a quest called We Are the Minutemen. If you are, which I am planning on doing a Minuteman ending. Spoilers for anybody who's going to watch this playthrough too. But I am going to do the Minuteman ending. I love the Minuteman ending. The Minutemen are my preferred faction in the Wasteland compared to the Brotherhood and the Institute. because let's all admit it, nobody likes the Institute. Oh yeah. I purposely built that to stick out for a reason. Oh yeah, so any console gamers that want to get back to modding, I was going to say this and I keep forgetting to. You know the mod Place Anywhere, or Place Everywhere, I think it's anywhere. It's everywhere for PC, anywhere for console. Anyways, type in the mod author's name and then you'll find the mod. Because Bethesda's update kind of messed up the modding menu for... Nah, we'll do something different. We'll do one of these junk walls. Just to kind of keep it different. But look up the mod author's name and then you'll find the mod. That's how I found it. I thought I lost that mod permanently. I was kind of peed off about it, but I ended up finding it eventually. But yeah, just look up the mod author's name. Then you'll find it. It's a really good mod for console users, more so for Xbox, because again, PlayStation doesn't allow. I don't think PlayStation allows it. There we go. Some tires, some big tires, because there's the mine or the quarry down the road. The nice thing I like about this wall is it's different. Nothing's the same. We don't have 100 different walls that match. Everything's different. We have junk billboards. We'll even put in one of these military checkpoint things because there's a couple of these in the area. Which again makes sense. Put some barricades up against it. Kind of as if the settlers are trying to keep the walls from falling over. We'll put some destroyed house around it. It gives the walls depth and texture and just makes them look different from what they are. But there we go. This side's completely protected. Let's go check it out. Even when I'm not building with mods, I try to keep the walls looking different. Like this looks really good. You know, only place it kind of looks boring is right there, but in here. But over here, this is beautiful. We got chunks of the military checkpoint here. We got some destroyed cars. I'll have to fix that. Got some spikes. And then we got some more destroyed walls. Got some walls here. All this is sticking out a ton. That's awesome. That's what I want. And we got some destroyed cars back here. Kind of protecting the back of the barn. It really adds to the settlement. Like, it adds depth. Like, the wall isn't just flat. It's got, like, depth to it. It's got texture, and it's got different things going on with it, and it's not perfect. That's the biggest thing when you're building in Fallout. If you're into perfect, that's great, but if you're not, always try to change it up. Mods, no mods, it's easy to change it up. No mods, it takes a little more resources sometimes to do different things. So you gotta plan your resources accordingly. But Other than that, changing your textures up really makes your settlements look awesome. But I would love to see your builds. I'm actually going to be starting up a Discord for this channel. And I'll definitely put the link down below because I would love to see your builds. Because I'm really interested to see how other people build in Fallout. Really interested. Now again, we're going to keep the truck here. We're just going to keep the truck part of the settlement. We'll just do that. Just have the fence kind of merge in with the truck. I don't like that. What we're going to do is we're going to move it up. Because the truck is not moving. Just move this up where, yeah, that's good enough. But I think we can get it a little further. This is the outdoor Brahmin pen. This is where the Brahmin will pasture. Essentially, it's a Brahmin pasture. There we go. It's tight enough. And we'll keep the truck as kind of like part of the thing there. Again, we're going to add like some center block and stuff to make it kind of a little more fancy and so the settlers don't break the wall, or the settlers don't feel like the gates won't be the only thing that keeps them in. And then they can just sit on top of the truck and feed the Brahmin if need be. You know, maybe the Brahmin's feeling a little feisty, a little aggressive. It's going to attack the settlers. And again, we'll put a nice little feed trough in here for it. So it has 2 feed troughs. But we'll put the feed trough near the box of the truck. So the settler can just reach over, dump the food in. Wham bam, thank you ma'am, Bob's your uncle. that's how you look at it. Wham bam, thank you ma'am, Bob's your uncle for the Brahmin. Bro, your lips are severely chapped. You ever thought about lip stuff? Lipstick for your lips? And then we'll add like a water pump here. Just so the Brahmin's got some fresh water. As for this side of the settlement, add that there. Take that. And we'll go to this section just to change up. Did you shut up already? You got your house, Brahmin. Put that there. Brahma's got 2 feed troughs. That Brahma's living a good life. And again, now we got some water. You can never have too much water, especially in the wasteland, because the settlement isn't near any really major water sources without walking a fair distance, so you know. And there's another thing you could do. You could take that away, remove that out of the way, and you can place these. But will it clip into the building is the better question, or I'll see it. Yeah. Now we fix that. If it's showing, we just hide it. We'll know what's under there, but anybody else who doesn't watch this video will never know what's under there. Sometimes you can add that to it, and that'll make it look junky. You know, because maybe the settlers don't have all the wire fence they can get, so they have to improvise. So they use some picket fencing, again, from one of the nearby neighborhoods, just to help put this settlement together. You know, we'll add a wall of tires here, just to keep it the junky vibe. Alright, I gotta go to sleep, so we don't keep building in the dark. Yeah, 1 hour of sleep. There we go. Okay. I'm beginning to get worried that lady keeps showing up here. And now the Brahmin's partially inserted in the dang building. So does one head eat and the other doesn't? That's weird. Anyways, as for this part of the house, now this you can only do with mods, but to show homage that we do know that this was somebody's house at one point in time, I want to kind of add a busted kitchen. You know, kind of like this was the kitchen area before the war. Because even the old houses in Boston had these style of kitchens. If we don't want to snap the fridge in there, we can just kind of put the fridge at like a slight angle or something, like it's been moved. Or we can even move the fridge over here. Did we place that thing right under the floor, dang it. Maybe we can just grab those two things. Without moving the whole structure. There we go. There we go. Kind of like place the fridge in the corner. Oh, the Brahmin's in the pen. Okay. Oh, the barn will still be there for the Brahmin. And then kind of have like a stove. Again, out of place. There may be some upper cabinets. Actually, it wouldn't make sense to add upper cabinets. This kitchen is destroyed. Well, yeah, we'll say this was the kitchen area. We'll add some shelves on what's left of the walls. You know, some kids' games and toys. But we'll say this was like the kitchen of the house, and it's destroyed now, and part of the house was turned into the Brahmin pen, and the rest of it's been turned into you got a Brahmin feed trough in there. Chill out there, Brahmin. We'll kind of put the kitchen table out here. I just want to try something real quick with the mouse and keyboard. Because with Place Anywhere, you're supposed to be able to access a menu. Where you can place stuff in weird ways. But there we go. The Brahmin pen is built. The barn is built for the Brahmin. How did it get in here? Holy crap, that Brahmin is crazy. It can spawn. Bro's just spawning out of thin air. Anyways, I think we'll end the video off here. Kind of wanted to do this busted kitchen look for this house, kind of like a reminder of what used to be here, including the truck. In the next video, we'll probably finish building the wall. Maybe build our greenhouse, because I want to build a greenhouse here. I was originally going to build the greenhouse into here, but I decided not to. I kind of want to leave this like this for now. Maybe we'll build the greenhouse like right here or something, or kind of build it right here, and we'll cover this up with wood platforms. We'll see. So, again, I really appreciate you watching this video. I really appreciate all the support I'm getting, and I really appreciate every single one of you following my videos along. And I really do enjoy making this content, so stay tuned for more. Other than that, I don't really have much else to say, but just to stay tuned for more content. Again, I really appreciate you subscribing, and I really appreciate you watching and liking my videos. It really means a lot to me. And again, like I said at the end of my Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 video, I'm not doing this for money. I'm just doing this out of the pure joy of streaming and getting to show people how I like to build things in Fallout. And I really appreciate the views and the likes and stuff for my videos. I really do. It really means a lot. So, again, thank you. And I'll see you next time. Bye now.